Hello, everybody. My name is Chloe, and I am a trans woman. Now, I made a few videos on this channel last year, and I never really intended to become a trans YouTuber, so to speak, but I'm the kind of person who has an almost pathological need to share myself with others and to talk about my experiences, and just like whether it's through an artistic endeavor or just talking about my personal life, I just feel the need to share. And so here I am again doing this. So I'm not quite ready to show my face on this channel. I think I will. If I continue to do this, I think I will at some point. But for the moment, I'm not going to. So just enjoy me staring into the distance in Minecraft. I don't know. I don't know what else to put on the screen, so we're just going to do this. Anyway, let me introduce myself to you. Like I said, my name is Chloe. I just turned 40 years old. And when I say just turned, I mean today was literally my birthday. It's late in the evening when I'm recording this on the day that I turned 40. So, this is what I decided to do with my evening. I guess there's worse things to do. But my egg cracked only 13 months ago. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means that when I finally discovered / realized / accepted that I was trans. And of course there was denial and stuff going back many years, but that's going to be a topic for a different video, I think. This is more just of an introduction of who I am and where I am along my journey. So, last January is when I came out as trans. In April, I started taking estrogen. I first went through Planned Parenthood, but because of insurance reasons and just the bureaucratic nightmare, I decided to go DIY after that, and that's sort of what I've been doing ever since. So, as of the time of recording, I am 10 months on HRT, and I'm so far happy with the direction that things are taking. It's kind of, it is kind of funny. Like, sometimes I'll see pictures of trans girls on Facebook who will post a picture of themselves being like, 3 months on HRT, and they're the girliest girl who ever girled. Meanwhile, I'm here after 10 months, and, like, my face, at least to my eyes, just looks the same. It just, the same. I mean, I know that it's working because I do have chest development. My body odor is significantly less potent, and I am a tad, the way I process emotions is a tad bit different. So because of those 3 factors, I can pretty confidently say that it is indeed working. But yeah, my face just looks the same. I mean, maybe a little softer, but it's very hard to tell. Maybe that's just because I look at myself every day in the mirror. Whatever. Like I said, topic for a future video. So, what else is going on? Oh, how many people am I out to? I am out to a couple of my close friends, but crucially not my closest of friends. And the reason for that is because he said he's said some sort of passively transphobic things in the past, so I'm sort of dealing with that a little bit more delicately. But I have had other friends who have said more trans positive things, and in one case I had a friend who even dated a trans woman at one point, so I knew that was a safe person to come out to. I told my mom and my sister, and it seemed to go very positively. I do have some questions about my mom, so yeah, a lot of this video is just mentioning things that I want to circle back on in later videos. So, yeah, we'll just have to leave it at that for today. So, yeah, speaking of things I want to talk about, I might as well just say them here so I can make a mental note for both myself and for anyone watching as to things that I might be talking about later on. I have kind of been bummed out that I don't really have any other, not even just trans friends, I don't really have any queer friends in general. Anyone who's LGBT that I know about. And I don't even have any close female friends. Not one. And being a trans woman without any female friends is very difficult because I can't just go to a friend and ask her about makeup, about outfits and how to dress and things like that. So basically, I've been forced to invent from scratch how to be a girl. Like, I have nothing to base it off of. And it's extremely frustrating. So that's a big topic I want to get into more later on in a different video. Also, just voice training in general. Right now, I'm doing pretty much the best female voice that I can manage. I mean, I can sort of try to push it up a little bit like this. I don't know if this is better. I think I still sound like a man pretending to be a woman, and that's just really distressing. I have tried looking into voice training stuff online. You know, there's a number of people who have made good videos that I'm sure have helped other people. But I have just not been able to translate any of the things that they are saying into any kind of, the meat in my throat and mouth. I can't translate what they're saying into actual actionable things that I can do with the meat in my throat. If that's about as clear as as clear as I can think to say that. So, there's that problem. And voice training is a huge one, because it is a mental hump that I can't get over. But I don't want this to make it sound like everything is distressing and horrible and awful. It's actually very positive. This past year of my life that I've been out to myself, my mental health has been stronger in almost all ways than it has been for my entire adult life, basically. I mean, this is something I think a lot of trans people can relate to, but just like being able to be yourself to yourself is huge and life-changing. And I'm really, really happy about that. And it makes everything else worth it. Just to be able to do this. And the little moments of euphoria, whether they're just seeing myself with painted nails, or seeing myself with shaved body hair, or, even just like listening to Chappell Roan or something. Those little moments of euphoria, just a tiny bit of that makes all the distress worth it. It really does. So, I'm still very happy to be transitioning. And whenever I say I have doubt, I don't really have doubt about being trans anymore. All my doubt is focused around, is this going to work? Can I make this happen? Like, most of my distress is around my own competence, basically. And, I'm a bit of a goober. I just can't get it together a lot of the times. I'm notorious for being an airhead. And I probably have ADHD, never been diagnosed, but I wouldn't be surprised. And just so I have that problem, and I also have I'm very isolated socially. I do have friends, I do see them sometimes, but I just feel disconnected from the rest of humankind. And the thing is, when you're like a teenager and you're disconnected from the rest of humans, it's distressing. But by the time you're 40 and you still feel that way, you've had so much time in your life to just go so far off the beaten path that you develop into an eccentric, like a real, you develop idiosyncrasy. What's that? You know the word I'm trying to say. Idiosyncronicities, where, if you were more connected to other people, those would get sort of sanded out and smoothed over. But sort of just being isolated, being on my own, has caused those idiosyncronicities to compound on themselves and to deepen. So I've become a deeply strange person. At least I think I am. Maybe I'm overstating that, but to myself, I feel strange in ways that don't have much to do with my transness. Just strange in general, and I've learned to embrace that. And the strangeness doesn't really bother me. It's just sort of the lack of connection. That's what bothers me. The isolation really bothers me. And I sort of have come to accept it as probably an unsolvable problem. And I know you're going to probably want to rush to the comments and be like, no, this is a problem that can be solved. And I don't know, guys. I think that unless one of you or someone out there wants to just really invest in forming some sort of bond with me and a friendship bond of some sort, it's just not, I don't think there's much hope. I mean, I'm so different from everyone else. Probably, I'm even different from other trans people, so I don't know how I can find that connection. But anyway, what I'm thinking now is I don't want this video to be all that long. And I was thinking maybe I would edit it down, smooth over some of the stumbles, but I don't know. I think it's fine the way it is. If you want to watch it on 1.25 theater, you can do that. But, I should have said that at the beginning and not now. But whatever. Anyway, this is going to be it. This is just my introductory video for a bit of a soft relaunch of this channel. And yeah, I do intend to talk more about these things. I really hope that I get at least some people stopping by at some point, even if it's just one person leaving a nice comment. I don't know. It would be nice. Well, I'm going to make an effort to make these videos less than 15 minutes long, so yeah, I'm stopping now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.